One of the greatest mistakes of any Christian is to substitute his own will with the will of God. May the peace and joy of Christ be with you today. Today's Gospel, which is taken from St. Matthew chapter 11 verses from 16 to 19, speaks about the sin of obstinacy or stubbornness. Jesus is expressing his discontent over the people's obstinacy, that they were refusing to listen to John the Baptist and himself, although they had seen lots of good works being performed by them. The psalmist constantly invites us, making a reference to the obstinacy of the ancestors. Today, listen to the voice of the Lord. Do not grow stubborn or harden your hearts as your fathers did in the wilderness, when at Meribah and Massa they challenged me and provoked me, although they had seen all my works. Prophet Zechariah reminds us, your ancestors refused to listen to the voice of the Lord. They stubbornly turned away and put their fingers in their ears to keep from hearing. They made their hearts as hard as stone, so they could not hear the messages or instructions that the Lord God of hosts sent them by his Spirit through the earlier prophets. And in today's Gospel, we see Jesus being disturbed by a similar situation. The people are hard-hearted, stubborn, obstinate, and as a result, they continue to ignore the prophets and men of God, even the Messiah. And they find reasons to justify their attitude and for ignoring the salvific messages by the prophets. John the Baptist is possessed, and Jesus a glutton, they say. Today also we see around us lots of people with similar kind of attitude, and we often complain about certain people. He does not listen to us at all. He never admits or accepts his mistakes. He always ignores our opinions or suggestions. No fear of God, no respect for people. Very tough guy, very hard to deal with, very stubborn, hard-hearted, etc. It is true. There can be very many such people around you. Could be your boss, your colleague, your life partner, your child, your superior, or even a good friend of yours. It will be very difficult indeed. My dear friend, now it is also important to see whether you are in this sin of obstinacy or stubbornness. The wisdom can come even through a child, or through whom you might consider lesser or smaller to you, or even through a glutton or even possessed. The proverb has it, blessed is the one who always trembles before God, and whoever hardens his heart falls into trouble. My dear friend, the time of Advent is a very special time to listen to the voice of the Lord and to flush out our stubbornness and obstinacy, and to be filled with humility and receptivity. May the wisdom of Christ redeem us.